Everyone has been storing their spring clamps the wrong way, and I'm gonna put a stop to it. Too often I see spring clamps clamped onto a plywood piece like this, which is fine until you need them, and then you're spending all day doing this. And then when you're done, you gotta do this. If you have over 40 spring clamps like myself, or maybe just 10 or 20, I'm gonna show you a completely new way to store your clamps like a champ. So let's get started. I have 40 of these spring clamps, and I'm looking for a way to store them. What I didn't want to do is this, because when you got 40, taking them on and off takes forever. So, thinking outside the box. Got myself an anvil adjustable extension pole that's used for painting. Goes from 3 feet to 6 feet with a simple twist and lock, which I happen to like a lot. This piece, I'm going to be cutting 2 pieces and molding them into a way that I can use them as holders on the ends. And if I buy more clamps, then I can make it longer. This is going to be a great scrap wood project. So I'm going to search within my small pieces to see if I can find something that's going to work out just right. Ooh, this one looks very scrap-like. Got a little CA glue on it. And this piece right here, we're going to have to make these the same exact size. Trim a little off here, trim a little down here. Should work out real nice. The width between the blade and the fence is the same as this. So when I cut this, they'll be matched. Now that's perfect. And we'll do the same for this. And that is something we can work with. I'm going to use this piece right here to connect to this piece here. Problem is, it's just a bit too wide. The hanging point is going to be about right there, and so we're going to make it as long as this. Whenever I use my bandsaw, too often I forget to lower the blade guide. One of my most faithful subscribers, Frank, told me to put it down so far that it ends just above the workpiece. This prevents the saw band from twisting and you get even more precise cuts. So Frank, this adjustment is for you, and a helpful reminder tip for all of our viewers. You can get really creative with how you make your own hangers. Options are truly endless, whether it be scrap wood like me, plywood, you can use a CNC machine to make some design, you can do epoxy molds or make something really nice out of hardwood. It's totally up to you, but for me, I choose scrap wood as my medium of choice. So with a little bit of detailed sanding and a round over along the edges on my router, I think it's time we move to the next step. I'm going to need to put a cleat on the back of these. I'm gonna go to the small scrap bin here. Let's see here. I have a little cleat right here. Just need to trim a little off the edge of this. Should be perfect for the 2 of these. I have this French cleat wall in my shop that I have been slowly filling up, and I'm pretty sure I have enough tools to fill the space. The downside to French cleats is that you have to find the time to build all the tool holders. The good thing about a French cleat wall is that you get to build all the tool holders. Needless to say, these are some of my favorite types of builds. If you're familiar with some of my other videos, then you may have seen me paint my other French cleat tool holders. I try to match the color of the tools and create some sort of random geometric design. It's a small touch that just makes it look so much more appealing when it's up on the wall. This project is no exception. I ended up spray painting it 3 times until I felt like the design was complete. I'm curious to know if any of you unnecessarily paint your shop projects like I do. If so, do you match the colors to the tools? I have learned that if you grab any brand's tape measure off the shelf and bring it over to the paint department, they will give you a color-matched sample-size paint can of any brand's color that you want for just a few dollars. To protect the paint, I always give it a clear top coat. This time I chose to use Total Boat's Halcyon Clear Satin Varnish. It's basically a water-based polyurethane from what I can tell. I have done some side-by-side comparisons to a couple of different brands of water-based polyurethane, and the results were very similar. When you open up a can of water-based polyurethane, they are all milky white. Halcyon Clear is no exception. I don't know which of the brands are my favorite, but to get a good finish, you'll need at least 3 coats of any brand. The size of your spring clamps will determine how thick an extension pole you can use. The Anvil 3 to 6 foot pole from Home Depot fits my clamps just right. I'll leave a link in the description to this extension pole from Home Depot. I'll also leave affiliate links to all the tools used in this video. If you wish to support Dude Sawdust, then click on those links and shop around at no extra charge to you. I'm thrilled that I finally have a home for my massive amount of spring clamps that allows me easily to get them to and fro their holder without wasting much time. If you like shop projects, then I promise you will definitely want to click on this next video. An amazing and original scrap wood storage cart that I built with an incredibly useful feature that I've never seen anyone do before. See ya!